I do both. I don't engineer or produce. I do both. I do both. When bands come in here, they know they're getting my 30 years experience as a guitar player, because I started playing guitar when I was very young. I was doing shows at 12. I had my own PA at 15, and a lot of people know that, so they know that there was a lot of time that I learned. I worked at the House of Blues for 8.5 years. I worked at the Avalon nightclub for 8 years. So there was a lot of time for me to do that and perfect getting things set up quickly, efficiently, with the absolute best sound, because when you do it live, you don't have a second chance at all. There's no second chances. Okay. So here they have second, third, 100th, 199th. I use my computer as a tape machine. I don't like to do any resampling or sound replacing or vocal tuning, although sometimes I'm forced to, or sometimes when it's to enhance a song, like add a harmony that nobody can sing, maybe we'll take something, but we could do that with a harmonizer 20 years ago. So whatever I do, you could have done probably 25 years ago with a digital delay, like replace a snare or a kick.
What's some of the things that you can do now that you couldn't do a while ago that you're like, wow, this is a huge improvement? Infinite
tracks and very, very fast recovery time. If somebody makes a mistake, you can get back to zero so fast. You don't have to worry about two tape machines syncing up. You don't have to worry about if the MIDI fader was tracking properly with SMPTE or anything like that. Those things have changed so much. I can mix an entire record in the box, although I prefer to mix to the board. We have a Marshall 1982 anniversary. They only made that for 1 year. They made 250 of them. Here's the combo version. I was lucky enough to get those extremely cheap on a good deal. Limited edition Marshall 2204, which is the same one that the guitar player from Helmet uses, so it's got a very, very heavy sound. We have a Marshall SLX, which is the exact same one that Kiss used for their tours. It's got an extra tube. Instead of buying a Marshall and modifying it, you can just buy a Marshall. This was the first of the hot-rodded Marshalls, which is the DSL, TSL, and now the modern series. Mesa Boogie, old SOB, it was their first reissue. They consider them dogs, but these things are so loud it just doesn't matter. 1950s Ampeg Jet, and we have a Soldano Yamaha and a Mesa Boogie Nomad, and that's about it. As far as amps, we have a Vintage West, Seymour Duncan, an acoustic, as I said before. We have a Gretsch drum kit. We have a handmade snare here. We have a Ludwig here. We have some Pacific there, which is a nice inexpensive drum that sounds great. And in back we have a vintage 60s Ludwig Silver Sparkle, which complements the Gretsch to make an entire kit.
Nice.
And up there we have a Yamaha, which is considered the Gospel Special. And that's a Studer 2-inch. It's a sin because it's mastered just about every great record at Chicago Tracks for thousands and thousands of records, everything from Guar to R. Kelly. And now it just sits because the digital world has put it to sleep.